past, since we've seen Zayden play basketball, how is he different as a player, and maybe what parts of his game has he refined some since we last saw him?
Well, I mean, Zayden, he's a versatile big that can do a number of things out there on the floor. You know, defensively, he can guard multiple positions. He's an excellent rebounder. He's a great offensive rebounder. He has the ability to shoot the ball from the outside, but also he's a willing and instinctive passer. And so, you know, you bring all those different things alongside his size. It's a huge benefit for us, and excited to see what he does this year.
Hubert, how do you know that James has put on 25 pounds since last season?
He's lost since practice has officially started.
How much higher is he now than he was at the end of last season?
He's around 235. I think last year 225, and you know, one of the things that we talk about is getting stronger. It's not necessarily bigger, but stronger, and he's done a really nice job in the weight room of getting stronger and playing at a good weight.
How is that helping him?
I think it helps him in a number of different areas. One, it helps him defend the post. It helps him get rebounds, and it helps him being able to finish around the basket when he gets those rebounds. And so he's somebody that has worked really hard, loves his teammates, and always brings max energy every day to practice.
Hubert, obviously Zayden was not with the team last year. Can you just talk about your reason for bringing him back ahead of this upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I can say is that Zayden is officially a part of the team.
Did you have any concerns about integrating him into the program?
All I can say is that, you know, Zayden is officially a part of the team.
Hubert, a lot was made of roster construction last year. Kind of like you talk about the positional size over there. Was that a point of emphasis to kind of like, hey, we got to get bigger, we got to look closer at like you said, the positional size?
Yeah, well, I mean, I always want size.
Yeah.
Okay? So we have more size this year than last year, but we tried to get size, you know, and so, but I think, you know, it was something that that we were really happy with in terms of our roster, that not only were we able to get size in the front court, we got positional size. And so that's, again, it's going to help us on both ends of the floor, and we're really excited about it.
And what's it like being removed now from like Armando and RJ and some of the Roy Williams era guys?
It's really strange and different. I talked to RJ the other night. You know, he scored 14 in the first preseason game and then 11. And just walking out on the court, there's no Leaky, there's no Armando, there's no RJ, and it is weird not to have them out here. But then on the backside it's pretty cool that those guys, all of them, stayed an extra year, all 5 years at one institution, and I was a part of all 5 of those years, whether as an assistant or as a head coach.
Hubert, with the conference schedule changing, what's it like only having NC State on the schedule once when that rivalry has been played twice since the early 1900s?
Yeah, that's really, a lot of things have changed. Obviously when I played in ACC, there was only 8. You played each other twice. Everyone was home and home, and I really like that. But all you can do is play the schedule that you've been given. And so really excited about competing against all the ACC teams, and looking forward to the season.
How do you guys feel about the process?
We feel good about the process of everyone. The thing that I try to focus on is the, I always say what's real and what's in front of us, and that's our team chemistry and making sure that, the pieces on the court and off the court fit well together. Thus far, it's fit really well. The personalities and the games on the court. I really like these pieces. There's 11 new guys. We've got diversity from returner players like Seth to 3 freshmen, transfers, international players, and so we checked a number of boxes, and looking forward to getting the season started.
Coach, who's maybe the guy that maybe didn't see certain things within the game a year ago, or he's been really working on some things in terms of his development over the summer, and maybe just he didn't have these things in his bag or what have you? Who's that player that really nobody's probably talking about nearly as much as they will be?
Yeah, I'm not really a bag guy. You know, I am if they put in their defense and rebounding and taking care of the basketball. The bag doesn't only have offensive things. You know, I've been not surprised at all, but really fun to watch and to see has been the leadership of Seth.
Coach,
he's just really enjoyed this role of being the senior leader, and I think he's done a fantastic job of leading this team, not only by words, but also by action every day.
Hubert, you guys,
course.
the digital era that we're in, what's it like when you still get handwritten letters of support from the fans for you and the program? Despite the digital era that we're in, what's it like when you still get handwritten letters from fans supporting you and the program?
I mean, I love people that support our kids and support our program. As tall as they are, they're just kids, and I like when they're celebrated and supported and encouraged. I think it's really easy to find something negative to say about someone, and so anytime that something could be encouraging to our team and our program is something that I really enjoy and love.
Coach Jen Lewis, 3 Chicks in a Pod, News Stitch Media. How are you today?
Good.
Good. So just kind of a fun question for you, but with yesterday being National Coaches Day.
It was?
It was. So we got to get on your team, right?
Okay.
Apparently they forgot.
Well, now I know. Okay.
But what do you find with your coaches? How do you find that they've helped make you a better head coach?
Well, I just, you know, it's the same way with, as a player, you can't do this alone. Everyone brings individual gifts and talents to the table to make the whole the best that it can be. I say that to the players, and it's the same way with the assistant coaches. The way that they support me as head coach helps me become the best coach that I can be. We've been together for 5 years, staff intact for all 5 years, and just really a joy to work with every day.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Hubert, you guys are playing in Cherokee later this month. That was a trip that was supposed to happen last year, but then the storm damage forced you guys to postpone. How meaningful is it to go back there to the citizens of Western North Carolina and give them this opportunity to see you guys play?
I do. I think it's really important. I wish we can do more of this around the state. You know, it's different now because all of our games are televised, so anybody can see it. But to be able to go there up to Asheville and be able to go up there and play in front of those residents that still, a lot of them still don't have their homes, have utilities, and to be able to spend time and just serve and give back. That's all it is going up there and serving and giving back. And I'm so thankful that we had an opportunity to go back up there this year, and we're really looking forward to it.
Hubert, what's your impressions of, you got a new coach in your backyard, and Will Wade, who's been very out front with his program. I don't know if you got to talk to each other, but what's kind of your relationship, and what are your impressions so far, what they're doing?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke briefly with him at the ACC head coaches meetings, but other than that, haven't had very much conversation with him. There's a number of new coaches in the ACC, really excited about all of them, and looking forward to competing against each one of them.
Seth has the unique experience of being at one school for 4 years,
Yeah.
which is suddenly a unique thing, but also the same coach, same head coach. How have you seen him become the guy that can own an ice cream shop, the guy that can stand in front of us today and say the things he did? Because I remember a few years ago,
He wasn't that
and
way.
he wasn't that guy.
No, he wasn't that guy. It may be small, but that's the cool part about college and seeing someone grow up. You know, as a freshman, I didn't say any words, and by the senior, I wasn't comfortable in front of the camera, but I was more comfortable. at using my voice in the same way for Seth. You know, him being here 4 years, he was part of my first recruiting class, and for us to go through this together is really unique. I don't know how many programs, how many teams have an opportunity to coach a kid that accomplished at that level for 4 straight years in this climate. And I want him to be so celebrated this year because he's going to have a terrific season and he's going to end up having a long NBA career.
And to stay on that, how important is it that he has a really good year? Maybe not massive statistically, but a really good year you guys win. He's a face of the program.
Yeah.
Being a guy that stuck it out and really understand. He talks about this a lot and really kind of represents it.
It's really important for him to have a good year. And I would take it even a step further for him to have a great year. I do, you know. For him, he's really enjoyed this leadership role and being the face of the team and the program, him being his senior year. And I want each player to crush it while they're here, and I want them not just to get to NBA, but I want them to be good enough where they can have longevity and stay in the NBA. I know that Seth's burning desire, he wants to have team goals. He wants to achieve those here before he leaves, but he also has individual goals, and my hope is that he has a great year and he's able to do both.
Coach, in a world where you can, none of us can obviously guarantee anything, right? What would be the thing that you would say you're most confident or comfortable saying that, you know, if there's nothing else that I feel really good about and we'll see from our team this year, what would that one thing be? If we don't see nothing else, we'll see this out of my team this year.
Just the competitiveness of this team. It really. See, I told you. Where's my gift? Can I get some ice cream?
That's what I'm talking about. You didn't hear that.
I know he's crushing me.
But that you're competing.
Yeah, just the team's competitiveness and the burning desire for this team to be successful. This team really wants to be successful and wants to be successful for themselves, but also wants to be successful for the program. And that's what you'll see.
Hubert, it seems like Derek Dixon has had a really impressive start to practice for you guys. I know he's a Virginia guy like you, so he's going to be a pretty tough hooper.
Yeah.
What is it about his game that makes him special?
Well, you know, you talk about positional size, like he's 6'5", it's real, you know, and really good defender. Can play multiple positions. He can handle. He can make plays off the bounce, whether score, distribute. He can come off screen, staggers, wide pins, flares. Excellent rebounder, and a very confident player. As a freshman, I was never that confident as he is, and it allows him to play at a high level, and I've been really pleased at the way that he has practiced to start the season.
Where do you think that comes from, that confidence?
Himself. I really do. Himself, his family, us as a coaching staff give him confidence, and the confidence from his teammates. His teammates really enjoy playing with him, and as I said before, he's done some really good things to start off the season in practice.
So sorry.
No, it's okay.
What stood out to you about Henry when he came for his official visit, that dinner that you were able to have with him? What stood out to you about that?
Well, one, he's really tall, and I like that. Yeah, you guys saw his personality out there as well, and he has, you know, on the court he's a fierce competitor, but off the court he's soft-spoken and laid back, and I really enjoyed why he wanted to come to Carolina. You know, he really wanted to be a part of this program, and it was something that was important to him. he only took one visit, and that was us. And he quickly decided that he wanted to become a Tar Heel.
Have you seen him just already here step into sort of a leadership role, maybe pulling guys from extra after practice, that sort of thing?
He always does that. I mean, he's someone that's very confident and comfortable within his own personality. Obviously, he's had a ton of experience of the 3 years that he was at Arizona, playing in the Big 12, playing in the NCAA tournament, and he brings that type of experience here. And so it was very valuable for us to get somebody like that, and he's done a nice job to start the season.
Seth was very clear that he felt like he personally had something to prove and that the team has something to prove. As a coach, how do you balance maintaining that chip but also kind of putting the passes?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you can have a combination of both. I mean, I think you should always be in a position of trying to improve. I don't think you should be in a position to prove to anybody, but being in a position to improve, I think it's an invaluable position to be in. And not just Seth and Henry, but all of our guys have a burning desire to improve every day, but we're also focused on the process, the preparation, and the practice that allow us for our play to take care of itself.
Coach, you hit on, you think this team's a much better rebounding team.
Well, I hope,
Yeah,
yes.
you hope.
Okay.
Has there been something else that you look at this team just in the short time you've had and say, we are a lot better at this area than we were a year ago?
That'll be determined. I mean, we've only practiced for 3 weeks, but just overall competitiveness, not in comparison to any other team, but is at a high level. It's want to improve and to be as good as we can be on each given day is something that is always evident every day we practice.
You talked earlier about obviously Cherokee getting to play out there. Obviously already had the blue white scrimmage. You've got a BYU game. You have another exhibition. How, in your experience, kind of being here in River Rose, I know you did something similar last year. How helpful, how useful are some of those preseason exhibitions, especially when you have as many new guys on this team?
I think it's huge, just especially against the competition that we're playing against, just to get a closer look at what you have and areas that you have to improve on, areas that you feel like you're doing well and you want to continue to do it. And so playing in that environment against really good competition, I think can only help you. And we're, it's something that we've all talked about and are excited about, just continuing to grow and to build and see what kind of team we can become.
Last year, obviously, getting a chance to play at Memphis, like really having kind of a road game before the season started. Similar deal with BYU this year, obviously, it being in Salt Lake City. I guess from a routine standpoint, how helpful is that for you guys too? Just having the ability to go on a road game. How do you lead?
Yeah, I think it's really good, because there's a rhythm and a routine on road trips. There were, like shoot-arounds, curfews, team meetings on the road, and those are things that you can talk about, but you have to experience it. So that is a huge benefit for us, being able to go to Salt Lake City and be able to compete against a really good BYU team. I remember last year, unfortunately, RJ got hurt, but it was the start of Seth. I think he had like 33 points, and so that was it gave him an opportunity to show the improvement from year to year. And so especially with 11 new guys, different combinations, it'll be exciting to see what it looks like out there on the floor.
Hubert, what have you seen from Caleb Wilson since he came to Chapel Hill, and what do you expect his impact to be? And also, it seems like your confidence. How do you see that growing?
Yeah, he's a confident, he's a charismatic kid that enjoys being on this team, being a part of this program, but enjoys being in college, which is nice and refreshing. I mean, I really believe if he ran for student body president, he might win. He knows everybody, and you know that his talent out there on the floor obviously is real. But in combination with the type of person, the type of teammate he has, he lights up a room, whichever room he goes into, and it's been so much fun coaching him.
Folks, we got about 3 minutes.
There were a few moments last year where you were encouraging the guys to talk more.
Yes.
And Seth, I asked Seth about the volume of the noise. He said this team is very loud, very energetic, very emotional.
Yes.
Curious what your take is on that through summer workouts and how nice it's been to hear some noise on the court.
Yeah, they're very vocal and fiery, and it's been fun to coach that and to see that and to hear that. And you know, when you have a vocal team, whether on either end of the floor, it's a team that is well connected. And I just I like the noise, I like the voices that I hear during practice.
Hubert, with RJ gone, who's taking that final shot for you guys?
The guy who's gonna make it. I don't know. But I think we have a number of guys that can shoot it and can make it. You know, I really do. And that is a strange thing, not having Armando and RJ. You had two guys, even Harrison and Cormac, that, you know, in those type of situations, they wanted it and they could make it. And now it's time for others to emerge, and I'm confident that we'll have a number of guys that are able to do that.
Have you noticed any of the trends in practice in the game situations?
Yeah, I have, from a number of people. And you know, even though it's 11 new players, like, it's not like 11 freshmen. You know, there's experience. You know, as I talked about the experience of Henry, Lucas, you know, 22. Jonathan has played a year in the Big 12. Kyan has played at a high level. Also in the NCAA tournament, and so we've got guys that have been successful at the highest level of other places, and they'll be able to do that here at North Carolina as well.
We talked to Jonathan last week. A lot of it was about his shooting. He even said he's the best three-point shooter in the country. But he played out really well defensively in West Virginia, and he said he can guard 1 through 4. What kind of defensive player is he?
He's an amazing defender. I saw that on tape when we were evaluating him and recruiting him. It's even more real in person. He's a physical defender. He can guard multiple positions. He can keep the ball in front of him. He's a good defensive rebounder, and he's competitive on the defensive end. Like, as good as he is at shooting, he's even more competitive, or as equal to getting stops and getting after it defensively. And I've told him that, and I've just been really happy with him and his production on both ends of the floor to start the season. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Got Coach to the seats.
Okay, yeah, it's good seeing you guys.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, vanilla. But I can't have it. But I'll have sorbet.
You like when he turns?
Huh?
You like when he turns?
As long as he defends and makes some threes, I'm good.